Erich von Däniken is a Swiss author who is best known for his controversial theories and books on ancient astronaut and extraterrestrial visitation. He gained worldwide attention in 1968 with the publication of his book, Chariots of the Gods, which proposed the idea that many ancient civilizations had been visited by extraterrestrial beings, and that these visits were responsible for many of the technological and cultural advancements of those civilizations. Despite the fact that his ideas have been widely criticized and dismissed by mainstream scholars and scientists, von Däniken has remained a popular figure among some people who are interested in alternative theories of human history and the possibility of extraterrestrial life. He has written numerous books on his ideas, and has also appeared in television programs and documentaries. In the 1970s, Erich von Däniken was charged with several counts of embezzlement, fraud, and forgery related to his management of a hotel in Switzerland. He was accused of misusing funds from the hotel and forging documents to cover up his actions. He was convicted in 1973 and sentenced to 3.5 years in prison, but was released after serving 1 year. Von Däniken has maintained his innocence and claims that he was the victim of a conspiracy. However, the legal proceedings and his conviction are a matter of public record. It is important to note that while these legal troubles may affect his credibility in some people's eyes, they do not necessarily invalidate his ideas or theories on ancient astronaut and extraterrestrial visitation. Erich von Däniken is known for his claims that ancient civilizations were visited and influenced by extraterrestrial beings. He suggests that these beings may have helped humans to develop technologies and knowledge that were beyond their capabilities at the time. According to von Däniken, evidence of extraterrestrial influence can be found in ancient texts, artifacts, and monuments from around the world, including the pyramids of Egypt, Stonehenge, and the Nazca Lines in Peru. He argues that the construction of these structures would have required advanced knowledge and techniques that were not available to ancient humans. Von Däniken also suggests that some religious texts and mythologies may be based on encounters with extraterrestrial beings, and that these beings may have been worshipped as gods by ancient people. However, his ideas have been widely criticized by mainstream scholars and scientists who argue that there is no evidence to support his claims. They point out that many of the achievements of ancient civilizations can be explained by human ingenuity and creativity, and that there is no need to invoke extraterrestrial influence to explain them. Erich von Däniken's book, Chariots of the Gods, brought the Nazca Lines to public prominence and suggested that they were created as airfields for extraterrestrial spaceships. The Nazca Lines are a series of large geoglyphs, figures created by removing rocks and earth, in the Nazca Desert of southern Peru. They were created between 500 BCE and 500 CE by the Nazca culture, and are believed to have had ceremonial and religious significance. Von Däniken proposed that the Nazca Lines were not just artistic or religious creations, but were instead designed to serve as runways for extraterrestrial spaceships. He argued that the lines and figures could only be fully appreciated from the air, and that their precise measurements and geometric patterns suggested an advanced knowledge of mathematics and engineering that was beyond the capabilities of ancient humans. However, von Däniken's ideas have been widely criticized by archaeologists and scientists who argue that there is no evidence to support his claims. They point out that the Nazca Lines can be explained by human ingenuity and creativity, and that there is no need to invoke extraterrestrial influence to explain them. Erich von Däniken has written numerous books on the topic of ancient astronauts and extraterrestrial visitation. Some of his most popular works include Chariots of the Gods, 1968. Gods from Outer Space, 1970. The Gold of the Gods, 1973. The Eyes of the Sphinx, 1996. History is Wrong, 2009. The Return of the Gods, 2014. Von Däniken's ideas have also been the subject of various documentaries, television shows, and films. In 1970, a documentary based on Chariots of the Gods was released, and in 1974, a feature film adaptation was made. He has also appeared in numerous television programs and documentaries discussing his theories. In addition to his own work, von Däniken has inspired a number of other writers and researchers to explore similar ideas. His ideas have also been popularized in science fiction and popular culture, with many movies and television shows featuring the concept of ancient astronauts and extraterrestrial visitation. The recent admission by the U.S. government that UFOs, now referred to as UAPs or unidentified aerial phenomena, are real has certainly sparked renewed interest in the possibility of extraterrestrial life and visitation. However, it is important to note that the government has not yet confirmed that these UAPs are of extraterrestrial origin. As for Erich von Däniken's ideas, the admission by the U.S. government does not necessarily provide any new evidence to support his theories. While it is possible that some UAP sightings may be the result of extraterrestrial visitation, it is also possible that they have other explanations, such as advanced human technology, natural phenomena, or misidentifications. Moreover, it is important to note that von Däniken's ideas have been widely criticized by mainstream scholars and scientists, who argue that there is no evidence to support his claims. The admission by the U.S. government of the reality of UAPs does not necessarily lend credibility to von Däniken's theories or provide any new evidence to support them. In summary, while the admission by the U.S. government of the reality of UAPs is certainly significant, it does not necessarily have a direct impact on Erich von Däniken's ideas about extraterrestrial visitation in ancient times.